I'm going to switch the topic to sustainability. Sustainability is still a hot topic at the moment. We hear buzzwords all the time, SDG, ESG, you name it. Well, you know what? When it comes to the end investors, actually over 90% of them, when they try to start investing sustainably, they fail. Why is that? All right, yes, the sustainable investment market has grown exponentially. It is entering the mainstream, and it's basically unstoppable. But this rapid growth has also created enormous complexity. It's causing greenwashing, which has led to a very strong regulatory push. And the banks or financial institutions actually have spent a lot of money, effort, producing this ESG data, complying to these regulatory compliances. But you know what? It's just way too complex when it comes to the end investors for them to engage, too overwhelming. There is a much more profound problem here. We're talking about private capital stuck there, not being able to mobilize towards sustainability. Give you some visualized, tangible examples, how the status quo is, how sustainable funds are offered at the moment. This is the biggest fund platform from the UK, overwhelming. Some examples from retail banks, sustainable funds. Insurance companies fund platform. And if you think fintech and neobanks are doing a better job, not really. So the problem here, the biggest pain point is actually for the end investors to navigate around the platform and start making sense of the investment options and put their money into the investments. Coming to the user journey, most of the dropouts, the 90% of them, drop out at the steps highlighted in red. So we're saying, okay, how can we solve that? We studied closely over 300 end investors and come up with our solution. Think about us like a Google search for sustainable investment products, but not in a creepy way. We do that in 3 steps. So we have a white label solution to help the financial institutions to mobilize capital towards sustainability. First of all, digitalization. So we leverage the existing ESG data, the existing ESG regulatory disclosures. So our ESG data and fund data digitalization process can create quick wins for our clients right from the start. And with that data, we actually turn that into an intuitive and interactive interface, just like Google search, to help the investors effectively search for investment options and start investing sustainably as easily as shopping online. That's the conversion. Convert the interest in sustainability into actual investments, the AUMs. And we don't stop there. Retention. And then with every click and every fund search, we actually leverage our interface. We'll be able to collect that behavioral analytics about the end users so that we can apply behavioral nudges to help them investing for the long term sustainably. Let me give you a very quick demo. This demo environment has over 1,000 funds. And then we start with enabling the investors defining their sustainability preferences. This example is based on the UN's SDGs, but we also have the flexibility to tailor, well, depends on what the client chooses to use for the ESG data. And then on the right-hand side, we say it's organized like Netflix. Let's sell financial products how the end investors, the consumers understand. This is how we come up. And then it's really designed for maximizing the touch points for the people to find the investment products aligning to their interests and values. And then we basically, these little features, then we can tailor that, any items from the fund fact sheets to integrate into the selection tool. For example, this is the annual return slider, helping people to do well financially and do good when it comes to sustainability profile in their investment options. And if we go into a fund level, the number one, two of the biggest issues facing the end investors is actually lacking financial literacy, and also, they don't have this transparency. Transparency is the number one priority here we're trying to solve. if we look at on the fund level, now they can interact with the data, see what is really underneath. Why is it called sustainable? They can, watch this, you'll be able to see the sustainability profile of this sustainable fund. And also, which companies are actually driving that sustainability profile? This is transparency, engagement. And with that, if we come back to the user journey, we're now simplified and making this whole user journey engaging. And because of this transparency we're giving to them, our experiment shows that they are a lot more likely to engage. Now they understand. And then they are a lot more likely to hold it for longer. And this is how we achieve that. So this is the first step, conversion. But conversion is not going to be enough if we can't retain that interest for the long term. This is where behavioral science comes in to achieve that long-term retention. First step, so our interface is there to collect the data when it comes to sustainability preferences, the investment sophistication as the end user. And then we have a proprietary investor framework, so we can start profiling these investors. So then we can match them with the effective nudges, which are features on our white label solution. And then they're deployed as features on our white label solution. And then you see it's a feedback loop, it never stops, which means that we're continuously to be able to iterate, to help our clients really convert their money into sustainable investing. And it's not just the existing investors we're helping. We're talking about this whole next generation of sustainability conscious investors. To summarize our approach, we start with the needs and wants of the end investors. What are their sustainability desires and wants? And then we integrate the sustainability data sources, whether it's ESG data or regulatory disclosures. And then we are enabling the manufacturers and distributors to really make the products that the end users want. We're here to really be the driving force to push this industry forward. So the B2B landscape so far is really dominating by the ESG and regulatory data provision, as well as investment analysis. But you know what? It's actually about people, people's behavior. How can we enable them to change their behavior fundamentally towards more sustainable investment behavior? But one interesting point here, we're not competing with any of them, we're partnering. So you actually start going to see some press releases coming up with some of the names here. How we actually enhance this value we jointly provide to the financial institutions. We all, like similar ones we'll all sell to. And why are we the right team to deliver the solution? Combined, we have over 25 years experience in the world's biggest banks. And over the past few months, we actually closed partnership with several global consultancy firms. So we have the traction to prove that. So Ian just waved. So we are UImpact. We use data to mobilize capital towards sustainability. If you share my vision, come and talk to me. I would love to exchange idea and knowledge with you. Thank you very much, and thank you, Ian.